So good afternoon everyone. Today we are going to talk about the Aries algorithm, but before we start with the Aries algorithm, whatever we have studied earlier in this particular module, that I will revise in a quicker way, and then we'll start with this last topic of this particular module. Okay, so let me quickly revise it from where we have started. In the very beginning we have started with the definition of the transaction. Then we have seen the acid properties. There are four acid properties: atomicity, consistency, and isolation. So what do you mean by atomicity? That we have seen, it is all or none. Means either the transaction will be completed successfully or it will not at all get executed. असं होणार नाही की ट्रान्झॅक्शन अर्ध कंप्लीट झालं आहे आणि अर्ध इनकम्प्लीट आहे. इट विल नॉट बी अलाउड. Then I am having consistency. So whatever the data or whatever the amount is there in the data item, that will be remain consistent before the transaction and after the transaction. Then we have talked about the isolation. Isolation is nothing but the transactions will be isolated from each other, because what in one transaction is going, the other transaction will not come to know. एका ट्रान्झॅक्शनमध्ये काय चाललंय ते दुसऱ्या ट्रान्झॅक्शनला कळणार नाही. दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी आयसोलेशन. देन आय एम हॅव्हिंग ड्युरेबिलिटी. whatever the transaction we are doing, whatever the updation in the database we are doing, those updation must be for the permanent, or those updation must be done in a permanent database or permanent memory, right? So for that purpose, ए माई दार ओढोंगे. So then we have talked about the schedules. What do you mean by before the schedules we have talked about the states of the transaction. So there are 5 states of the transaction: active, partially committed, committed, failed, and terminated. Then we have talked about what do you mean by schedule, right? Then we have talked about the types of schedules. What the schedule is nothing but the several transactions will get executed concurrently or serially, that is called as schedule. So there are these many types of schedules are there: serial schedule, complete schedule, recoverable schedule, cascadeless schedule, and strict schedule. So all these type we have seen. What do you mean by serial schedule? What do you mean by complete schedule? What do you mean by recoverable schedule, cascadeless schedule, strict schedule? All we have seen. Then after that we have talked about what do you mean by concurrent execution, because the number of transactions will be run or will get executed in a concurrent way. I am not saying again in a parallel way. I am saying concurrent way. Means what? Interleaving of the operations are allowed in between the transactions. Then some disadvantages we have discussed in terms of the conflict, like the WW conflict. W means write conflict, write read conflict, and read write conflict. So there are certain names are being given: last update problem, then dirty read problem, then unrepeatable read problem. So one in the last time, I think in the last summer only, one question has been asked from this particular topic for 7 or 10 marks. I don't remember. This what do you mean by explain last update problem, dirty read problem, unrepeatable read problem, like that. Then we have started with the concurrency control. In concurrency control, to control the concurrency or to maintain the concurrency, we are having the log based protocol and timestamp based protocol. Then we have started with the log based protocol. So there are 2 stages: lock acquire and lock release, right? There are two log based protocols. The log based protocols are having 2 phases: lock acquire phase and lock release phase. Whenever we want to access the data, we are using lock acquire. Whenever we want to release, or after the completion of the transaction, we release the lock of that particular data item. Then we are having 2 types of lock: either shared lock and exclusive lock, that we have seen. After that, we have talked about the compatibility of the lock. There are two types of lock, and shared lock is compatible with only shared lock. With for every other category, it is not compatible. Then lock, what do you mean by lock upgradation and what do you mean by lock downgradation or upgrading and downgrading we have seen. Whenever we are moving from shared lock to exclusive lock, it is called as upgradation of the lock, and whenever we are moving from exclusive lock to shared lock, it is called as downgrading. Right, then we have started with the conflicting operations. So whenever we are having either read same data item, whenever we are reading and writing on the same data item, whenever we are writing and reading on the same data item, and whenever we are writing and writing on the same data item in different transactions, then there will be a conflict. There can be a conflict, not always. Then the conflict equivalent scheduling. Then we are having serializability. In that we have talked about the conflict serializability. There are two types of the serializability. One is conflict serializable schedule and one is view serializable schedule. So the conflict serializable schedule is that whenever we are having a cyclic graph, whenever we are having a cyclic graph, or if there is a graph contains the cycle, then we are saying that the graph or the schedule is not conflict serializable. And if there is no cycle, then we say that that schedule is serializable, conflict serializable. But see, the problem with this conflict serializability is that if you are getting a cyclic graph, means if there is a cycle, then we can definitely say that that particular graph is serializable. That particular schedule is not serializable. But if there is no graph, if there is no cycle, then we can't say confirmly that that particular schedule will be conflict serializable. Right, so for that we are having view serializability. For view serializability, there are certain rules are there. So those four rules we have already seen. Then we have started with the two-phase locking protocol, lock acquire and lock release. Right, what do you mean by lock acquire? What do you mean by lock release? That we have seen. Advantages we have seen. The types of those, that 2PL, static 2PL, strict 2PL and regress 2PL we have seen. Lock upgradation and lock shrinking. What do you mean by that? That also we have seen. Then there are two timestamps are there. The W is timestamp for writing. For whenever we are writing that, the timestamp we used, and whenever we are reading the data item, we are using R timestamp. Then we have started with the timestamp ordering protocol. So there are two cases are there, and in each case there are two sub cases are there. So that we have seen. Then we have started with the deadlock handling. So we have seen how to handle the deadlock. In deadlock handling, we have seen deadlock prevention as well as deadlock detection. In deadlock prevention, first of all, we should take care that the deadlock should not occur. That is deadlock prevention. And even though the deadlock happens, if there is a deadlock, so for deadlock, before that, let me complete this. The deadlock prevention is having three ways. The timestamp based, there are only two ways actually, the timestamp based technique and the timeout based technique. The timestamp based technique is having two cases, and the timeout based technique is nothing but whenever there is a timeout, you need to do. So this is the timestamp ordering protocol, the deadlock prevention. We are having a deadlock detection technique. For that we are using a wait for graph that I have not covered here, because I am not having the notes of that particular topic. I have not cleared here. So you can refer out any book for that. Otherwise, in the notes also, whatever the video I have uploaded, from there you can take out the notes. Okay. Then we have started with the last topic we have seen, that is called as database modification. In that, it is the part of recovery actually. So it is nothing. There are two types of recoveries are possible. The log based recovery, okay, and in log based recovery we are having two cases, that is nothing but the deferred database modification and the immediate database modification. So that we have seen in detail what do you mean by deferred database modification and what do you mean by immediate database modification. Okay, then one question was there that I have not covered earlier, that I will cover here. There are certain types of failures are there. There are certain types of failures are there. Okay, so which are those failure? One is nothing but a system failure, another is nothing but a transaction failure, another nothing but is a concurrency control enforcement, local errors, disk failures, and physical problem and catastrophes. So means if there is a flood or any kind of natural disaster is there, then those kind of problems or those kind of failures. Okay, So I am not going to cover this topic because it is very general. Okay, so this is all about what I can say we have seen in the previous lectures when we have started with this particular module. Now we will be starting with the with this particular topic, Aries algorithm. Number of times, I can say not number of times, every time whenever the question, whenever you will see the question paper of ADMT, you will see this particular question will be there for 10 marks. Either it will be in sixth question number 6, or it will be in question number 1. It depends, but you will find that every time this particular question has been asked, every time, 99% of the time this particular question has been asked in your syllabus. What do you mean by Aries algorithm? Okay, so what do you mean by this Aries algorithm? First of all, it is nothing but what is the full form of Aries? Aries is nothing but algorithm for recovery and isolation exploiting semantics. This is very important. It is a semantic. What do you mean by semantic? Semantic is nothing but whenever we are writing a program, if I want to tell you this semantic word we have discussed in automata theory 80 number of times, I have told you what they mean by semantics. So semantic is nothing but what? Whenever we are writing a program, it will convert it into tokens, right? It will convert it into tokens, then it will check for the syntax. जर syntax correct असेल तर काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही, जर syntax चुकीचा असेल so it will throw an error. Okay, and if the syntax is correct, it will get converted into a semantics. म्हणजे एका इंटरनल फॉर्म मध्ये तो कन्वर्ट होतो. that internal form is called as semantic. That internal form is called as semantic. It is not understandable by human being. It is made by system for system itself. It is made by system for system itself. It is not for human beings. It is for system. It is the system is making itself for himself or itself. That is called as semantics. So the algorithm for recovery, what this algorithm is talking about, you can see this algorithm is talking about recovery, and this algorithm is talking about the isolation, right? So this algorithm is talking about the recovery, and this algorithm is talking about the isolation. Okay, so now before we move into the details of this particular algorithm, we'll start with the fresh module, fresh video, because already it is of 13 minutes. So if I will be completing this, it will be more than 40 minutes. So I will do one thing, I will record this the another video